Hello LinkedIn, this is Kyle Graves at Snell and Wilmer. I'm going to start a new series of videos, this time on generative AI and copyright. So the first video in this series is an introduction to the issues about ChatGPT in particular and other generative AIs and how they operate like a monkey. Let me explain what I mean. So copyright attaches to works of expression that are reduced to a tangible medium. This includes computer screen displays. Now, a real human person owns the copyright associated with things that they create, including things displayable on a computer screen. Now, that copyright can be transferred to an entity, but it initially has to be associated with a human being. And here's where we get an introduction to monkey law. In 2014, the U.S. Copyright Office released an opinion in the context of a monkey taking a photograph with a photographer's camera. The photographer didn't take the picture. The photographer gave the camera to a monkey. The monkey took the picture. Copyright Office said, and I'm going to be reading from my screen a little more in this one, so excuse my glance away. Only works created by a human can be copyrighted under United States law, which excludes photographs and artwork created by animals or by machines without human intervention. Also, they stated, because copyright law is limited to original intellectual conceptions of the author, the Copyright Office will refuse to register a claim if it determines that a human being did not create the work. Again, this was in the context of a monkey taking a picture with a photographer's camera. Now, there's divergent opinions coming out of the EU and the UK, particularly relying on the degree to which the human set up the shot and was involved prior to the monkey pushing the button. So how is generative AI like a monkey? Well, like a monkey selfie, when you're dealing with generative AI, you have to ask the question, to what degree is a human involved in setting up the process and generating the output? Is that involvement enough to vest a copyright interest in a person? Now, in separate opinions, the Copyright Office has stated that the information submitted by a human in a prompt to a generative AI system is not sufficient engagement with the creative process to vest the copyright in the person. I'll include a link to the latest Copyright Office guidance in the comments below. However, there's an associated remaining risk. The machine speaks from training content, much of which is human generated. Humans own copyrights in the training content. Currently, there's no legal consensus on whether training is a fair use of other people's copyrighted works. What does this mean? Well, it means that there is potential for lawsuits, and in fact, there are ongoing class action lawsuits attempting to address the topic of whether an AI system that scrapes human-generated content is infringing in the copyright rights of the creators of that content. So you can imagine where the risks may emerge as you then are using that system that ingests other people's copyrighted work, possibly fair use, possibly not, and then you generate your own content through it. One, you're unlikely to own the copyright in the generated output because there's insufficient human involvement on the output side, but on the input side, there's an associated risk of copyright infringement, particularly when there may be visual similarities if it's stable diffusion type output, or unexpected quotations if it's a ChatGPT type output. So if the output hews closely enough to somebody else's work, it may be a derivative work. There's a whole variety of issues that you need to be aware of. These are many unknowns the courts have not addressed, and the class action lawsuits have not come to a conclusion yet. So all that is to say, as with any legal issue, we don't approach it from giving an unequivocal answer. We approach it from managing risks. This is all separate and apart from the contractual arrangement you have with the generative AI platform when you use that platform. That's for a different discussion. So, considering that there's a large body of unknowns associated with the output of these systems, and considering that your goal is going to be achieving appropriate legal risk management rather than eschewing all risk and having an unequivocal hard answer, in the next video, we're going to discuss some risk management practices that might help you as you engage with generative AI platforms and perhaps use it to advance your own work or creative endeavors. All right, more next time.